Many have claimed that the English are not romantics. I say we do have a specific brand of romanticism, but unlike that of many, it is not far off, not contained within the unachievable ideal of the absolute, but in the daily, in the necessary, in the domestic and ordinary, morality and honesty, family ties, and integrity rather than dramatics. The English landscape and scenery is not necessarily epic and breathtaking like the Icelandic landscape, but it is heartwarming. It elicits a feeling of home, of rightness, of truth and goodness where it needs to be rather than far off. The English spirit, of course, is one of adventurousness and a desire to branch out, to achieve, to fight, and to attain a lasting memory. Such has been true since Anglo-Saxon times, when their culture was not so different from that of the Vikings. Regardless of how adventurous an English person may be, however, it is also a unanimous reality that he feels at home when he is in the countryside, and cannot help but love his wee island home, even in all of her faults, and desire her preservation. Which is why, adventurers though they may be, the English have frequently never been able to tear their huts away from the home, and have always desired it even in the faraway places, for it is not perfect, but it is England. English flora is not particularly extravagant, but it gives the landscape and gardens an unmatched beauty, like returning home after a long time and seeing the sunset reflecting off its exterior walls as one draws nearer to it. And the English continue to love flowers, since those flowers are authentically and purely English in quality, and flatter their own landscape and not that of some other nation. English authors and poets, especially of the 19th century, have wrote extensively on beauty, but we have also traditionally placed an emphasis on morality and justice, of evildoers facing punishment, and their victims not being only compensated, but exalted, and indeed there is a certain emphasis on goodness, fairness, and necessity in an almost rigid, yet sometimes contrarily adventurous fashion. Even in their interpretation of their own art and literature, their folk creatures, their plays, their view of themselves and how they interact with others, as well as a certain, perhaps obstinate yet also wise pride and contentment in the most romantic of them. Their cuisine is simple indeed, wrought with hardship and a make-do attitude, but they are, some of them discreetly, proud of and find peace in it, and don't fail to honor it on the most special occasions with a like simplicity.